What's good, YouTube? It's your main man ABD Hero back again with another video. And we had a lot of big news today, but we also had a game, so we got to do the recap. Hornets versus the Miami Heat, a thriller down in South Beach.
Out with my dude AB the Hero. Well, we getting it down in the Ball State, baby.
Hey. AB, way to get out of the lane. Way to get out of the lane.
What do you thought about that, Jay?
I like that. Yeah, I told you, he's the hustler for it.
Let's go. I'm out.
Alright, first things first, appreciate y'all subbing to the channel, hitting the notification bell, and hitting the like button before we get to the intro. Your main man AB the Hero appreciates it, almost at that 15,000 sub mark. But let's get into this video. It won't be a long one today. What a game tonight, man. A very close game. It was one of those roller coaster games, right? If you look at the graph of who was winning and who was losing probability, it was up and down like this. It was a series in there where your man here, LaMelo, took over and they started going banana Ocho, started going dumb, and pushed the Hornets up to about a 10-point lead. They pulled him out, tried to let the rookies finish it. Miami crawled back into the game and snuck away with a W. Player of the game according to the folks, your boy Miles Bridges. I am impressed with Miles Bridges every game. I feel like him and the connection him and Melo have is immaculate, right? You see so many times Melo driving and just Miles putting himself in position to catch the ball and score, and he does it just so efficiently. Shout out to Miles Bridges. You see a 22-10 night with 6 assists. If he can keep that up, man, I said this before the season, I would be interested to see if Melo and Miles could maybe make an all-star team. These type of stat lines will get him there. Look at the other scores. Miles was leading them with 22, Melo with 19. It's such an interesting dynamic too, because you got a lot of points from Terry, who is not in the game, Gordon, who's not in the game. So this will be a good Hornets team once the season starts. The Cody Martin versus Caleb Martin battle was taking place tonight. Cody Martin walking out with the W as far as on the court goes. Caleb with the W on as far as the team goes. Those guys, man, I guess they hoopers, NBA hoopers, but sometimes they just both look like they just be out there running around with their heads cut off. Your boy Melo leading everybody in assists. Go ahead and do your thing, young Melo. Now we look at the box score. We had some pretty good play from a lot of guys on this roster. Obviously, we said Cody Martin showed up today, 15 points. The head-to-head matchup, I think that was, sorry, yes, that's Cody, yeah. This was the first time that him and his brother had ever played each other head-to-head ever, right? They've always been on the same team, even from high school, dating through college and all of that stuff, even in the pros. So it was interesting to see them two go head-to-head and both get the start tonight. Like I said, we talked a bit about Miles and Melo and what they had going. PJ Washington, he better than he did before. He played a ton of minutes in one of the other games and damn near barely scored. We got a little bit better from him. Jalen McDaniel getting a ton of minutes. He's one of those guys who, out of the young bigs who they kind of ordained him as the dude who they keep investing the most time into. So I hope he can live up to those hype and all of that jazz and really solidify himself on this roster. Vernon Carey was, to me, probably supposed to be the next guy in line as far as them young bigs go, but he is dwindling, man. 8 minutes tonight. I will say one of the guys who impressed me a lot tonight is backup point guard Ish Smith. Now I'm proud of him because he took off them red shoes that he was wearing, and he really showed some stuff tonight. 4 assists here, but a lot of his shiftiness and ball movement and trying to get the ball moving around the court and then scoring, I was impressed with that from him tonight. 10 points, 5 shots. A decent night from him. Book night, man, is going to be a hooper. I think if they keep him, especially in this first season, in that role where, bro, we bringing you in to get up shots and score, I think he'll thrive. Down the stretch of this game, it was really close, really close. Miami had a 10-0 run to basically take the lead on this game, and I was hoping that they would close it, right? As they were closing in on the Hornets, I was excited, and I was like, okay, here we go. Because I wanted to see the Hornets come down, get the ball in Book Knight's hands, and see if we could get him to go ahead and win this game, right? I feel like that would have been just a confidence boost for him like no other. Couldn't do it, man. It's just, when you get to that deep in the roster, everybody wants to be the hero. JT Thor's driving the basket, throwing them off the top of the rim. Awandu doing whatever he want to do with the basket and basketball, and you just can't run a play because everybody at that point wants to be the guy who makes the play. So whoever gets the ball, that's the person doing it, and that would have been the time for them to set some up, let Book Knight go to work, and see if he got that in him. That's what I wanted to see. Going here, I got a couple clips pulled up. I'm not sure how it's going to play in the play or not, but we'll try here. I'll just let this play while I talk. But what I was noticing from this game, and I always say this about Melo, and what I like about his game is he is the guy who gets involved in the game and gets things moving on so many different levels. So if the shot is not falling, he can go get some boards. He can facilitate on the offensive end. And I think that when I watch this Hornets team play and I look how they use LaMelo, man, it just makes me ponder and wonder if some of these other teams should be watching the Hornets and how they use LaMelo and seeing if they could get some of this same stuff from Lonzo, right? I think that what you see a lot from this Hornets team, especially when they bring that ball down the court and start letting Melo go to work, is they're at a point now where they're looking for him to get him the ball and get him to initiate the offense and set things up, right? You look at some of these assists, and a lot of this stuff is not just I come down, I kick to somebody, they go to work. There's a Melo calling for a screen, running a play off of this, looking for somebody, finding a shooter, him and Miles Bridges with this chemistry. And I think that that's what I want to see from those Bulls with Lonzo. But overall, good game from adult LaMelo tonight. He showed up big time. I could tell he was like 2 for 8 from behind the arc. And even with that, there were a bunch of shot attempts that he probably wanted to take, but then got rid of the ball, right? So you could see him being like, oh, all right, let me make the extra pass at times. Really started getting into that facilitator bag, and I appreciated that from him tonight. Great game, close game. If you haven't watched it and you can go back and watch it, I'm sorry I gave you all of the spoilers, but still want to go check out
No, not peace. +1, triple B's. We out.
Yeah,